Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
A deadly crash, the Factor State Highway Patrol say likely led to two drivers hitting head-on just after midnight.
A lot of roads in the Triangle are clear, but the road temperatures this morning are mainly in the mid-20s. So if you're in still a snowy neighborhood, it's going to be a slick start for you. I'll show you when the temperatures climb above normal.
And cutting the ribbon, biotech company Amgen celebrates its new facility that's bringing hundreds of jobs to Wake County. And it is Friday. Our job is right here, bringing you all the information you need to get going into the weekend here. I'm glad to do it. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. The snow day is turning into a school day. Many parents are relieved as a lot of kids will head back to school. Many schools have changed their schedules for today. Wake County schools will begin on a 2-hour delay. And you can see the map on your screen right now. Counties in yellow are on a 2-hour delay. Counties in red, they're still closed today. And green will have remote learning.
Yeah, this is going to be a dicey spot if you can find it out there, probably in some neighborhoods, remote rural areas for some icy road potential, Elizabeth.
Yeah, the biggest impact of school definitely in those eastern counties. And this is where there were 2 to 4 inches of snow that fell. Just takes a little bit longer to get that melted and off the road. So that's where you're more likely to see slick spots. Everybody else, there may be a patch here or there. Meteorologist Anthony Baglione out there taking a look. He texted me a little while ago. He said it was looking pretty good, but there still could be 1 or 2 spots. Here's a live look here in Wilson, and we don't have much of a wind chill. The whirligigs are pretty still. I don't see any snow here in downtown Wilson. 23 is our temperature heading out the door, and temperatures almost everywhere are in the low to mid 20s right now. The coldest spot, Roxborough at 14. 24-hour temperature change anywhere from around 5 to 10 degrees warmer than it was yesterday, and we'll see a warmer afternoon as well as we climb on up into the mid 40s. Temperatures keep climbing through the weekend, and next week we could hit a 60-degree day. I'll show you when. Ken?
Wow. All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We do have the WRAL Storm Tracker out on the roadways this morning, as Elizabeth just mentioned. Meteorologist Anthony Baglione, photojournalist Charles Bradley giving us a first-hand account of what you're seeing in eastern Wake County near Zebulon. What are you seeing out your window, Anthony?
Ken, we've been keeping a very close eye here on the roads all morning long. I want to take you out to the roads because thankfully at this point we have really not seen any problem spots. We're in great shape. The main roads are looking good. This is even a side road right here, and we have been on this for a little while and seen 0 icing. So that's some good news. Yesterday, some of those neighborhoods certainly still had some, and we're certainly still watching potentially for some patchy spots today. But overall, Ken, looking really good here at the moment.
That is very good news. And of course, if you know you're in a neighborhood that weren't treated before the storm hit, you might still have some icy patches. We're keeping an eye on this crash that just popped up on Globe Road and Aviation Parkway, right there at that intersection. That's usually a spot that people used to get to RD International, but we're not picking up any issues in that particular area. But just watch for some police activity. Elsewhere, though, all our other major routes are delay-free. This is a crash on Highway 55 and Holly Springs Road down there in the Holly. Again, just watch for that police activity and be careful as you're driving by there. But everything else, just delay-free at this hour.
Ken, thanks. Breaking news. A man is dead and 3 others are hurt after a head-on collision in Johnson County early this morning around 12:15. It happened on NC 27 near Benson. Nick Perlin drove there in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker and got an update from Highway Patrol.
Benson police and state troopers were busy here on NC 27 cleaning up a wreck that left 1 man dead. I want to show you some video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. This is from around 2 this morning, and you can see the engine of this white car was completely knocked out of the car because of this head-on collision. This is what we know. We know the white car was traveling east on NC 27. This red pickup truck you see was traveling west on NC 27. They collided. The white car spun off the road and hit a fence. The red car flipped over and ended up on the other side of the road. We know the driver of the white car is a 33-year-old man. We're told he sadly died. The passenger of that car was a woman. She was taken to the hospital. Now in the red truck, The driver and the passenger were both taken to the hospital. We're told all three are expected to be okay. But at this point in time, we're working with the state troopers to find out what exactly happened. We do know that they do suspect both drivers were impaired. We're going to continue to get more information, and as we learn new details, we'll bring it to you right here on WRAL. In Benson, Nick Perlin, WRAL News.
We're also working to get some more information this morning about why there was a large police presence in Fayetteville. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker captured this video around 1 a.m. on Cliffdale Road near South Riley Road. Police tape surrounded that gray Mercedes as officers investigated. We have reached out to the Fayetteville Police Department. We're waiting to hear back.
Hundreds of jobs are coming to Wake County. A new biomanufacturing facility is opening in Holly Springs. That's where we find WRAL's Kelsey Coffey. Kelsey, good morning to you. There's a celebration happening there today.
Hey, Renee, good morning. Today, we will find out more about how Amgen is bringing 370 jobs here to Wake County. In the next few hours, they will be celebrating the opening of this huge $550 million facility inside the Biotech Business Park. They'll also talk about plans for another $1 billion expansion. You may remember when we told you about the company's partnership with Wake Tech last week. Dozens of Wake Tech students have already signed contracts for jobs after graduation. Amgen says they will bring hundreds of new jobs between 2028 and 2032. And the average pay will be more than $91,000 a year. Amgen is a biotech company that develops medicines to treat diseases like cancer, heart disease, and osteoporosis. The ribbon cutting for this new facility is scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning, followed by a groundbreaking at 10:30 for the new expansion. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Holly Springs.
We are pressing Raleigh police this morning for more information about a body that was found in Marsh Creek off Capitol Boulevard. Video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker shows this scene yesterday afternoon. An employee at a nearby tire shop found the body. Police have not said if it's a man or a woman or how that person died.
Today, Durham Public Schools Superintendent Anthony Lewis will provide an update on the district's financial status after a $7 million budget shortfall was discovered. Now, the shortfall comes after the district resolved a pay dispute with employees last year. Lewis will deliver an overview of where things stand for the school district and explain the budgeting process for the year ahead. Today's news conference begins at 3 p.m. Look for updates on WRAL this afternoon.
Hope County investigators are trying to figure out what caused this house fire that killed 2 people. Sky 5 video shows the damage from above. Officials say a 71-year-old woman and a 91-year-old mother died yesterday morning. Investigators say they don't suspect foul play.
We are learning more about the Raleigh police officer who was shot Tuesday. Officer Max Gillick remains in critical condition this morning. Gillick is a first-class officer. The Army veteran joined the department a little over 2 years ago. Police say he was wounded Tuesday by 70-year-old Antonio Rodriguez, who died in the shootout. They say Rodriguez killed his ex-wife's boyfriend before police got there on the scene. Gillick's friends and family told WRAL the outpouring of support has meant the world to them and to other Raleigh officers. Cards and well wishes can be sent to the Raleigh Police Department over on Six Forks Road.
We have new details this morning about the deadly shooting inside a North Hills restaurant 1 week ago today. Only on WRAL, we're hearing from a Coquette employee who was at work when that confrontation happened. Raleigh police say the restaurant's head chef, George Colum, shot and killed server Jonathan Schaefer. Chu Reno tells us she thought it was a drive-by shooting until she saw her head chef with a gun.
George was standing at the bar after everything happened, and his face was like so calm, and I didn't understand at this point that he was the shooter.
Reno believes Colum targeted Schaefer over a dispute about a woman. She remembers Schaefer as a good person who made bad days better.
Chris Lovingood here in the WRAL Life Center. Just got some video into the Life Center within the past 20 minutes or so, showing this pretty intense storm that is underway right now in Ireland. We can show you this video here. What you're seeing here are images coming from an aquarium there. A worker actually stayed overnight to protect the animals there. Because of all this, as you're seeing here, folks, we're talking about at least 715,000 homes and businesses and farms all without power right now. At last check, no deaths. And just to show you where this specifically is, on the bottom right of your screen, this is where this map is. This is where Ireland is, right? But if you notice, the swelling that's happening here from this map shows you where Storm Éowyn, as it's called, that's what's affecting that area in Ireland and the places just north of that. So again, we're going to keep watching this situation to see how it unfolds. But yeah, I saw this come over the feed and I thought I just had to show you just because of how intense that storm is.
President Donald Trump plans to declassify files on the assassinations of JFK, Robert Kennedy, and the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. It's part of a new batch of executive orders signed by the president yesterday. It comes as Trump has tapped Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. And RFK Jr. says he is very grateful to President Trump.
I think it's a great move because we need to have more transparency in our government, and he's keeping his promise to have the government tell the truth to the American people.
Give that to you.
After signing the order, Trump asked for the pen to be given to Kennedy. The president's team now has 15 days to present a plan for the full and complete release of records on JFK and 45 days for records on RFK and King.
10 after 6, the time right now on your Friday. A child killed by her own sibling. The charges their mother's boyfriend is facing after this accidental shooting.
Family heirlooms almost lost in the California wildfires, found and returned. We'll have the heartwarming story out of Pasadena.
And it's been a really cold week. We're about to turn that around this afternoon, out of the 30s and into the 40s. We'll see that Saturday and Sunday into the mid 50s. So looking good to get outside, but I'll show you how much warmer it will be next week.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14. Let's start here with a live look at Fayetteville. Hay Street here downtown looks completely clear, but there's still some snow on the sidewalk. Fayetteville area saw about 3 inches of snow, so a little bit longer to get rid of some of that down to the south and east where some of those totals were heavier, especially with these cold temperatures. 25 in Lewisburg this morning, 26 in Fayetteville, 20 in Tarboro, 24 Irwin, and 27 in Goldsboro. But these temperatures are noticeably warmer than yesterday. Now, I'm not sure that I can tell the difference between 9 degrees and 20 degrees, but it is warming up. And this afternoon, slightly warmer than yesterday as well. Definitely cold walking the dog with 20s this morning. If you're walking the dog this evening, temperatures are above freezing up until around 7 p.m. We do continue our warm up into the weekend. I'll show you. Coming up, Ken.
Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. I want to take you to this shot right now at I-40 and Airport Boulevard. There was a DOT safety truck right there on this entrance ramp to I-40 in those westbound lanes. Apparently it was checking some icy spots and protecting drivers. Right now it's made its way down that ramp, and clearly that it's not a problem for anybody right now. But I just want to let you know about that. We've got a few incidents on our live traffic sensor map this morning, but nothing that's going to make you late this morning. Basically, all our major routes are delay-free right now.
A 7-year-old girl is dead and her mom's boyfriend is due in court today after the girl was accidentally shot by her sibling in Kannapolis. Police were called to an apartment complex yesterday where they found the girl dead from a gunshot wound. Investigators say the gun was unsecured when her sibling picked it up and it accidentally fired. Police say the gun belongs to the mother's boyfriend, Timothy Burris. He is charged with felony child abuse and other crimes.
32 members of the Raleigh Police Department will get promotions today. The department will hold the ceremony for them at 10 this morning. It's happening at Providence Church on Glenwood Avenue. It's open to the public.
Wildfires continue to burn in California, destroying homes and businesses every day. But firefighters went the extra mile to save a family's heirlooms right in the midst of the Eaton fire. WRAL's Michelle McConaughey is here now with a heartwarming story out of all this.
Yeah, Jeff, so many have lost everything, but firefighter Rich Garcia was on a mission to salvage whatever he could from a home that was almost gone. Garcia was one of the first firefighters to get to the Eaton fire. Thousands of homes have burned down in Altadena and Pasadena, and he knew it was too late to save this home, but grabbed whatever he could for the family that had been displaced. Garcia and another firefighter say they ran to the garage. They grabbed ice chests, filling them with whatever they could find in hopes that when the family eventually returned, it would still be there. And it was.
I knew the pressure that they were in because I had been watching the news all night. And then to see that somebody really took the time and to think about us, not just to think about the task.
Maria Gonzalez Garza says inside the chest were wedding photos, childhood photos with their family in Cuba, treasured pieces of their family's history. Garcia was able to track the family down on social media, finding their GoFundMe account where the community is showing them support, and he went back to meet them. He says it's something that first responders rarely get to see.
After several snow days this week, families might be looking to get out and about this weekend with the kids.
Little stir crazy right now, right? So the world's toughest rodeo is in town Sunday at the Lenovo Center. There'll be bull riding, barrel racing, and much more fun. Get your tickets in advance. You can save $2 per ticket and get there early. The gates open at 1:30 in the afternoon. Ticket holders get to go down right to all that dirt they brought in the arena there. And you can meet the cowboys and enjoy the pony rides.
This weekend also marks the kickoff to Black History Month in the state. The North Carolina Museum of History will present the African American Cultural Festival on Saturday. The free event starts at 10:30 a.m. Activities will take place inside the Natural Science Museum, while the History Museum is closed and throughout Bicentennial Plaza.
And at Dorton Arena, the Lunar New Year Festival is happening Saturday. That is tomorrow. Activities will be held from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There'll be authentic Chinese food, drinks, performances, and a market. Children under 6 get in free. Tickets are $13 at the door. And you can get more information on all these events by going to WRAL.com and search Out and About. And bonus, Renee will be there again. You saw her in the video there.
I'll be emceeing the main stage performances starting at 10 o'clock, so hope to see you there. It's always a good time. Looking forward to that, but also looking forward to the weekend warm-up. Yeah.
Certainly, yes. Getting there will be a little easier, moving out and about. And yeah, I think everybody, Elizabeth, is looking forward to the warm-up now.
I think so, too. You know, it is hard when the kids are out of school and the snow is gone. And it is mostly gone in the Triangle area, but still some lingers in some of our eastern counties, which is why some of those schools are still closed. Right here in the Azalea Gardens, there is a tiny little patch of snow there where it's shady. In Fayetteville, we take a live look here. A little bit of snow still on some grassy areas. Apex right here, at least in downtown, looks pretty clear, and so does Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill's courtesy of Top of the Hill Restaurant. Our road temperatures this morning are mostly in the low to mid 20s. So, of course, anything that was still wet yesterday is frozen, but we just don't see a whole lot of that from the Triangle area westward, a little bit more of that to the east. Here's what's coming. We could see a few isolated showers Monday, but we will have seen warm enough temperatures at that point that it would all be rain. And we continue to warm up next week. Our temperatures should climb on up into the 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's a look at the big picture. A little disturbance bringing a few snow flurries to the mountains, and we do have some high, thin cloud cover in place like we saw yesterday. But again, our best chance of some rain would be late Sunday night, early Monday with a sprinkle or two as we continue to see a warm up. Green light for outdoor events over the weekend. It might be a little muddy out there, but put the mud boots on, let them run. Temperatures will be in the mid 40s on Saturday, but into the mid 50s on Sunday. So Sunday looks like a pretty nice day to be outside. One thing that you want to make sure your kids are not doing is getting on any ice. We don't see frozen ponds around here very often, or frozen lakes, or rivers. No ice is safe here in our area. It is never cold enough for you to really be able to count on it holding your weight. So make sure your kids know that as they're out playing. We've had 2.2 inches of snow so far this season. We skipped a couple of years, and then from 21 to 20, we had 1.5 to 2.5 inches. So we're kind of getting back to what seems like normal over the last 5 years. But we may not see any more than that, above normal precipitation for that first week of February, but we'll see above normal temperatures as well. And February looks like, temperature-wise, it may continue to stay that way. We warm up Sunday into the mid-50s. By Wednesday, looking at 63. We'll talk a little bit more about our pattern change coming up, Ken.
Excellent, Elizabeth. We want to keep it outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Airport Boulevard. Just a little while ago, I had a safety truck on the entrance ramp to I-40 in those westbound lanes there, Airport Boulevard. But you can see everything is free and clear this morning. Traffic flowing nicely in both directions. We have a couple of incidents that we want to bring your attention to this morning that showed up on our live traffic sensors. There's a serious crash, we're being told, on Page Road in the southbound lane near T.W. Alexander Drive. We're not seeing any delays in that particular area, but just watch for some police activity if you're monitoring or having to navigate Page Road this morning. I know many of you do. And there's also serious crash, and this happened like an hour ago. It's probably in the clearing phase right now on Globe Road in the westbound lane near Aviation Parkway. Again, we're not seeing any issues there in that particular area, but all the other major routes from Wendell, Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, delay-free right now.
Ken, thanks. From the White House to Western North Carolina, President Trump will visit our state today. What he plans to do for people put out by Helene.
Executive overreach. Dozens of states are challenging a new order ending birthright citizenship. Why they say the president has overstepped.
Hear you. This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Kendrick Lamar's much anticipated halftime show just got more exciting with the announcement of a special guest.
Here we go. Ken Smith right now with What's Trending, Ken.
Yeah, Jeff and Renee, that special guest is singer-songwriter SZA. Now, we don't know what songs the pair will perform together, but they have collaborated on several recent releases. You can catch the performance Sunday, February 9th during the halftime show of the Super Bowl on our sister station, Fox 50.
And will that be the only edition? You know, these things start to ramp up a little bit, and they both have collabed on songs before, so we'll see what they play.
Yeah, quite a duo.
Times ahead. Hey, Charlie XCX is trending this morning. She will star in a movie based on her own idea. The Moment is the first project being produced on Charlie's new production company, Studio 365. It's a collaboration with A24 Films.
Yeah, plot details are kept under wraps, but, you know, she recently showed off her acting chops on Saturday Night Live, where she did double duty with host and, you know, performing. So we'll see how she pivots to this and starring in a movie, her own movie.
Can't hide that kind of talent. It's like Ken Smith, you know, does it all.
Thanks, I'm following your lead, actually.
Thanks, Ken. Hey, be sure to check out the NFC Championship game on Fox 50 this Sunday. The Philadelphia Eagles host the Washington Commanders. Kickoff's 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. The winner of that goes on to play in the Super Bowl on Fox, where they will play the winner of the Bills-Chiefs game later in the day.
Yes, it's another cold start out there. Teens in Roxborough looking at mid-20s elsewhere. We do have a warm-up in our forecast. I'll show you when our highs could reach 60s again.
And we will hear from a server who was inside the North Hills restaurant during last week's deadly shooting. We'll tell you what she saw and how she is remembering her coworker.